In this video, I'd like to explore the concept of the dry season, those seasons in our lives where there is a predominance of emptiness and separation from the things we love, as their meaning seem to diminish because either we are tired or disconnected in some way or another because of emotional trauma or something that has happened in our lives. So we will delve deeper into the dry season. In Jeremiah 17, verse 7 to 8, it says, "Blessed is a man who trusts in the Lord, and whose hope is the Lord. For he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, which spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear when heat comes, but its leaves will be green, and will not be anxious in the year of drought, nor cease from yielding fruit." There is great comfort and potency in the scripture that was just read. And sometimes we wonder, or with this great promise, we would have been able to find ourselves in a dry season, a season of emptiness. But irrespective of the comfort of the scripture, it doesn't negate against the fact that we do find ourselves at a place where we feel totally empty as human beings. I ask the rhetorical question, have your soul ever searched to be revived? Has there ever been a great desire to be restored to the point of joy and contentment that you used to have with God? Of course, all of us have been at that place. That is a feeling that all of us have had at some point or another. There are feelings of emptiness, a sense of being far from God. The way He used to manifest in us, we no longer see it or feel it. We wonder, what are we doing wrong? And some of us descend into a feeling of unworthiness, into a feeling that, God has deserted us. But sometimes it's just that we need to go into the valley to be restored so we can operate in the realm in which He desires us to operate from. So there are points where our prayer feels empty, our worship is hard to come by, and even understanding the scriptures become an extremely difficult task. Naturally, some of us resort to worry, waver in spiritual confidence, and at moments even doubting God. But the devil is a liar, because we would recognize, and I pray that God will open our eyes to recognize the different seasons and that God is still there with us irrespective of what we are going through. Because no matter how far we feel away from God, no matter how we feel like we have lost everything, as a child of God, we can never lose everything. Because the word of the Lord reminds us that our God, He will never leave us nor forsake us. He will never leave us nor forsake us. Because before we were, He was, and He was there guiding our past and our future, and He will continue to be there for us. Myriads of different circumstances may bring us to the point of feeling empty. It doesn't have to be sin. We may just be burnt out. But whatever the cause, let us remain steadfast, unmovable, forever abounding in faith, because the devil has a way to attack our minds. We have to watch what we think. He attacks our hearts. We have to watch what we love, and then he will attack our truth. So we have to watch what we believe. In Psalm 37:19, David said that the righteous shall be satisfied in the days of famine. And I want to leave that scripture with us. In Psalm 37:19, David said that the righteous shall be satisfied in the days of famine. And in closing out this video, I'd like to leave these final thoughts. It may be old-fashioned or cliche, but obedience to God, mingled with prayer and fasting and deep meditation, are the only absolute way to remain in the Spirit. And if we abide in the Spirit, then we shall overcome even our dry season.